children, this is a video on the topic of respiration. We can classify respiration as external respiration and internal respiration. What is external respiration? It is simply breathing. Breathing is called external respiration. That is, you take in air and you give out air. You exchange air with the surroundings. This exchange of air between the body and the atmosphere is called as the external respiration, right? So, which we call it as सांस लेना. This is called breathing. You take in air and you give out air. The other is internal respiration. Internal respiration is the oxidation of food. It is the oxidation of food in cells to produce energy. Right? All organisms need energy. This energy comes by the oxidation of food. Where does this oxidation take place? It takes place in your body cells. So internal respiration is the process by which the food is getting oxidized in your body to generate energy. And all organisms, they need energy. So they all show respiration. Right? This internal respiration can also be called as cellular respiration, because it is the oxidation of the food or the breakdown of the food in the body cells. So we have two types of respiration, external and internal. The simple exchanging air with the surrounding is called breathing, and the oxidation of food in the body cells to generate energy is called internal respiration. All organisms need energy. The energy is produced by the oxidation. Now, what gets oxidized in the body cells of organisms to produce energy is primarily the glucose. Glucose is the prime source of energy to all the living beings. It is the glucose that gets oxidized in the body cells to generate energy. So what is internal respiration or cellular respiration is actually, it is the oxidation of glucose in the cells to produce energy. So in all the organisms, in their body cells, the glucose is oxidized to produce energy for various activities, and this oxidation does not take place in one step. So it is a stepwise oxidation. Right? This is what is your internal respiration or your cellular respiration. So here in this topic, we are not going to talk about the breathing. How do you take in air or how do you give out air? Here we will talk about in general that in organisms how the food or glucose gets oxidized in their body cells to produce energy for them. Right? So this internal respiration, or we can simply call it as respiration. हम इसको respiration भी बोल सकते हैं, but जिस respiration की हम बात कर रहे हैं, this is internal respiration. So this respiration, internal respiration को again we can classify as aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. No? So what is respiration? Is the breakdown of glucose to produce energy, and this respiration can be aerobic or anaerobic. Now what is aerobic respiration? In anaerobic respiration, the glucose is completely oxidized. There will be complete oxidation in the body cells to produce CO2, to produce water with large amount of energy. And this takes place in the presence of oxygen. So this is aerobic respiration. The glucose in the body cells will completely break down to produce CO2, water and large amount of energy, right? If we write it in the form of a detailed equation, so this is my glucose. This will get oxidized in the presence of oxygen, and when oxygen is there, the glucose will be completely oxidized to CO2, water and large amount of energy is produced. If you balance the equation, when one glucose is oxidized, you get 6 molecules of CO2, 6 molecules of water along with energy. This is aerobic, which takes place in the presence of oxygen and where complete oxidation takes place. Most of the organisms are aerobic. ज़्यादातर सभी ऑर्गेनिज्म जो हैं वो एरोबिक है. In their body cells, the glucose is completely oxidized. हम भी aerobic हैं. Most of the organisms, they are aerobes. So they show aerobic respiration. Right. So then moving on to anaerobic respiration, क्या होता है? In anaerobic respiration, the glucose is incompletely oxidized in the absence of oxygen. Since the oxygen is not there, the glucose will not be completely oxidized. It will be incompletely oxidized to give intermediates like lactic acid or ethyl alcohol. This is anaerobic respiration. So if you put it in an equation, this is glucose. The glucose will be oxidized incompletely in the absence, there is no oxygen, and will give you lactic acid with little amount of energy, or it can be incompletely oxidized to give you ethyl alcohol. Along with that, some CO2 is produced plus little amount of energy, right? And if we balance the equation, when one glucose is incompletely oxidized, you get 2 molecules of lactic acid, you get 2 molecules of ethyl alcohol, and you get 2 molecules of CO2. So where does this anaerobic respiration takes place? It occurs in microorganisms like bacteria, like yeast. They show anaerobic respiration. So in aerobic respiration, oxygen is there, there is no oxygen, the food is completely oxidized into CO2 and water. Here you either get lactic acid or ethyl alcohol. Here the energy produced is more, here the energy produced is less, and majority organisms, they are aerobes, and some microorganisms are anaerobes, right? So they will break down the glucose incompletely. But this anaerobic respiration can take place in higher organisms also, other than bacteria and yeast. For example, in higher animals. When in animals, they show intense muscular activity. When animals are performing intense muscular activities, say the cockroach is running very fast, right? Or in humans, when we do intense muscular activity, then what happens? In the muscles, the energy which is produced by aerobic respiration is not sufficient. So animals are aerobes. They get the energy by aerobic respiration. But during the muscular activity, in the muscles, the energy which is produced by aerobic respiration is not sufficient. So in the muscles, the anaerobic respiration also begins. Right? It happens during intense exercise in animals or in humans when you do intense exercise, then in your muscles the anaerobic respiration also begins, and as a result of this anaerobic respiration the lactic acid is formed, and this lactic acid, it accumulates in muscles, and this accumulation, it causes fatigue. So when you do exercise, after a short period of time you get tired. It is because in your muscles now the lactic acid has been accumulated because of the anaerobic respiration, right? Similarly, if we talk about the plants, right, the plants, they show aerobic respiration. Most of the organisms are aerobic, but in plants such as paddy plant जो है, it is found in waterlogged soil, right? So in paddy plants जो उनकी roots हैं, they are in waterlogged soil. Soil के अंदर जो है पानी बहुत ज़्यादा है, and so they have poor oxygen. And so in the roots of paddy plant, anaerobic respiration will take place, right? And when in plants anaerobic respiration takes place, what is being formed is ethyl alcohol. So anaerobic respiration not only takes place in bacteria or yeast, but in higher plants also, in higher animals also it can take place. Animals में कब होगा? During intense muscular activity, muscles के अंदर anaerobic respiration will begin, and that causes the formation of lactic acid. और कुछ plants में, जैसे paddy plants की roots हैं, which are growing in a soil which is poor in oxygen, so the roots will show anaerobic respiration. Plants में जब भी respiration होगा anaerobic, ethyl alcohol बनेगा. Animals में जब भी anaerobic respiration होगा, lactic acid बनेगा. इसी तरह से जब microbes में होता है, तो जब bacteria में होगा तो lactic acid बनेगा, और जब yeast में होगा तो ethyl alcohol. So this is two basic type of respiration. The food is getting oxidized, the glucose is getting oxidized in the body cells, and the complete oxidation is called as aerobic, that occurs in the presence of oxygen, and the incomplete oxidation in the absence of oxygen is called as anaerobic. And majority organisms जो हैं, they are all aerobes. In their body cell the glucose is completely oxidized, but certain microorganisms show anaerobic respiration, right? So now we'll talk about the mechanism of respiration. Mechanism of respiration means how the food will get oxidized. Glucose का oxidation कैसे होगा? No, we say it is a stepwise oxidation of the glucose to produce energy. How the glucose is getting oxidized in the body cells? What is the mechanism? See, whether it is aerobic respiration or it is anaerobic respiration, the first step is always the same, that is the glucose will first break down into an organic compound which is called as pyruvic acid. This is always the first step in the body cells when the glucose will get oxidized, whether aerobically or anaerobically. This step is called glycolysis. Glyco refers to glucose, lysis refers to breakdown, glycolysis. And where does it take place? This respiration is internal, cellular. It takes place in which compartment of the cell? It takes place in the cytoplasm of cell. Right? And then the pathway will change. Till now the step is common, and then the pathway will change. If the conditions are aerobic, oxygen is there, aerobic respiration is going on, then the pyruvic acid will undergo a cycle which is called as Krebs cycle. It undergoes electron transport chain and is completely oxidized to CO2, water and large amount of energy. And in which compartment of cell this takes place? It takes place in mitochondria. Right? And if the conditions are anaerobic, if it is anaerobic respiration, then the pyruvic acid will change to lactic acid or ethyl alcohol with little amount of energy. So this is the basic mechanism how in the body cells the glucose is getting oxidized. The first step is common, and then the pathway will change. If the conditions are aerobic, it will be completely oxidized. If the conditions are anaerobic, then it will simply change to lactic acid or ethyl alcohol. So if I ask you the pathway of aerobic respiration, you will say glucose to pyruvic acid to CO2 and water through Krebs cycle and electron transport chain. If I say the pathway of anaerobic respiration in bacteria, so bacteria में lactic acid बनता है. So the glucose will first break into pyruvic acid, and then pyruvic acid will then change into lactic acid. If I ask you what is the pathway in yeast, yeast shows anaerobic respiration. So the first glucose will break into pyruvate, and then pyruvate will change to ethyl alcohol. So this is the mechanism of respiration, how in your body cells the glucose is getting oxidized aerobically or anaerobically, right? So we can represent this mechanism, it is in your textbook also, the mechanism. So it is very simple. Say the glucose, whether it is aerobic or anaerobic, the first step is always the same. The glucose will break down into pyruvic acid, and this takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell, and it's called glycolysis. And then the pathway changes. If it is aerobic respiration, then the pyruvic acid will undergo Krebs cycle, electron transport chain, and is completely oxidized into CO2 and water, and this will take place in the mitochondria. If it is anaerobic respiration, that takes place in bacteria or in muscles during intense exercise, then pyruvic acid will change into lactic acid. Or if it is taking place in the yeast, that shows anaerobic respiration, then the pyruvic acid will change into ethyl alcohol along with the CO2 with little amount of energy. So this is aerobic respiration, right? And this is anaerobic in bacteria or muscles, and this is anaerobic in the yeast. So yeast always form ethyl alcohol, and the bacteria forms the lactic acid. And the entire process is stepwise: glucose to pyruvate, and then the pyruvate will give you the products of the respiration. And if you look at the end products, the glucose under aerobic conditions will break into CO2 and water, right? And under anaerobic conditions, the glucose either gives lactic acid or the glucose gives ethyl alcohol. So glucose is a 6-carbon compound, right? And when the glucose will be completely oxidized, you get 6 molecules of CO2. So all 6 carbons of glucose will come out as 6 molecules of CO2. This is complete oxidation. The glucose is completely oxidized. All the 6 carbons will be released as 6 molecules of CO2. And in anaerobic respiration, the glucose is broken down into 2 molecules of lactic acid. See, glucose is a 6-carbon compound. Lactic acid is a 3-carbon compound. So one glucose will give you 2 molecules of lactic acid. And in the yeast, during anaerobic respiration, the glucose, it breaks into ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol is a 2-carbon compound, right? So 2 molecules of ethyl alcohol are formed, that means 4 carbons. And the glucose is 6 carbon. Ethyl alcohol is 2 carbon. And 2 molecules are being formed. So 4 carbon ho gaye, plus 2 carbons will come out as 2 molecules of CO2. So see, all the carbons have been balanced. This is glucose, and the number of carbons we have balanced during aerobic and anaerobic respiration, right? So this is the mechanism of respiration. You can be asked to draw the scheme. So mind it, if you are being asked only for aerobic, you will go through this pathway. If you are asked for anaerobic in bacteria, you will write this. Or you are asked for anaerobic in muscles, you will write this. If you are asked for anaerobic in yeast, then you will write this. So this is aerobic, this is anaerobic, this is complete oxidation, and this is incomplete oxidation, right? So I hope this is clear to you, right? So thank you. Just go through this video and try to understand.